All right, so the game finished here at Orlando, Florida, and in the end, we actually drew 1-1 against Orlando City, and um, as much as a win would have been amazing, I'm not totally surprised by this result. I was kind of expecting the worst, as pessimistic as I was. Like I said last video, a draw would be nice to get a point here, and they did. It would have been nice to get this win, but because Messi and Alba was out, there was little hope of winning this game, or so I thought. So, before this game even happened, like a day before, we learned that Busquets was gonna not play because he was going to sit out as a rest for the game Wednesday coming up. So Inter Miami, with three key players out, with a couple of people injured. One of them was rest. I think for the most part it's just for rest, because I'm not hearing anything about Messi injury. So I'm a little optimistic that he'll play Wednesday, but this game he was not going to play. He had to sit out. He had to sit out in this game against a tough Orlando City team. And when we go up to Orlando, Florida, I just had a feeling that we were not going to win this game. I was. Let's talk about this game. So a bunch of starters coming in, which was, of course, it crashes on me as I'm trying to do a video. Like I said, Messi out with the injury, but he's not totally injured. So Noah Allen, Benjamin Kramashi, David Ruiz, the young guys, and Tomas Avelis, all of them started off this game, and all of them are 19 years old. Most of these people are from the academy, so that is that's some nice thing to get some reps in. 19-year-old players in the starting lineup. So we already hear some tension between the two clubs. Orlando City people are in the stands, at least, just being flat out hateful and bigotry towards Inter Miami players such as Drake Callender and the whole city of Miami, like "fuck Miami" chant. And every time there was a goal kick with Drake Callender, they would instead of like chanting football, they chant "you suck, asshole" to Drake Callender. I mean, how do you allow this to happen? How do you allow them to keep going on like this all game long? I don't know. That's the least of the problems anyway. So, a couple things to start off. Avelis start off with the yellow, going up tough challenges, and really, he has not let up. He has not let up at all. He kept challenging plays, and it nearly made him pay. That's just my opinion. But the kid loves to play soccer and loves to be as competitive as he could possibly be. Then there was an opportunity here for Leonardo Cabana from the end of the corner kick. So set piece, getting ready to get this goal in. Saved by Gillespie. Close but no cigar. So then there was more tensions rising between the two clubs. And then I think one of them was Benjamin Kramashi getting a yellow card as well. And each time we get a yellow card, it's like one yellow card is one warning, and if you fucked it up the second time, you're gone. And the key game like this, especially this game, you cannot afford someone to get a red. You just cannot afford to get someone getting a red. You just can't. Kramashi gets found someone and then pushes off a Orlando City player, getting yellow. that was not fun at all. That happened in the 31st minute. Then chances from there and there. Then, and believe me when I say this, chances were coming down for Orlando City, for Miami, mostly for Orlando City. They won the possession. Oh, now I'll explain that a little bit later. Then there was an injury with Kristofov. So he had to be set out for the rest of the game. And then there was halftime. Into Miami. They would go to the second half. And in the second half, something amazing happens. In the 52nd minute, after some substitutions for Kristofov and Avelius. By the way, Kamal Miller subs in for Kristofov, and Ryan Saylor subs in for Avelius, who was on the yellow. Then in the 52nd minute, there was a rebound from the save shot from Joseph Martinez, and who was there? 19-year-old kid, David Ruiz, puts one into the back of the net in the 52nd minute. Miami leads 1-0 off the rebounds of Gillespie. Initially, I was like, oh shit. So, as optimistic as I should have been, I was worried. I'm not going to lie to you, I was very worried. I knew I couldn't be overly joyed optimism because knowing Orlando City, they will come back. They will give you heartbreaks. And this team has done that time after time after time after time again. And again, as optimistic as I should have been, I wasn't. In fact, I was actually much more worried, much more stressed that they were going to pull out an equalizer, and yeah. So anyway, after the goal from David Ruiz, he got a yellow card, which is I don't know how you would say it's a yellow card. Then after that, the minute later, more fouls from Inter Miami. This time it's DeAndre Yedlin getting a yellow card, and that's significant because he is now suspended. Suspended for which game? I don't know. I personally hope it's not Wednesday. Something tells me he's suspended for next week against New York City FC, in which that is a critical game as well, New York City FC, but that's a story for another day. Then after that, Rodrigo Solega, I can't pronounce it right. I'm not good with names, as you may. He also gets a yellow card. After that, then there was a big chance for Orlando City. Angolo, he was wide to the left. Inter Miami's one thing we know about Inter Miami's defense, especially if it's on the road, and especially not without the big three, and even before the big three came in, the defense is not that great. I'm sorry to say, they don't have a good back line. Okay, the midfield is pretty good, like getting better. The midfield is getting a little bit better, but the back line, oh my gosh, I can't comprehend just how much stress the back line is giving me with all those counters and not being able to keep up with the players. Now, granted, Orlando City is a great team. They have some fast players, but this is on, over and over. It's annoying. So that's what they need to look at in the off season. That's just my personal opinion. Even though it was wide, like I said, as optimistic I should have been, this happened. I knew this was going to happen. In the 66th minute, let me double check. Yeah, in the 66th minute, Orlando equalizes. Shocker. Inter Miami's defense just cannot keep up. Duncan McGuire shoots between the legs of Drake Callender, and it puts one into the back of the net. All the momentum was shifted towards Orlando City as soon as David Ruiz scores that goal. and they made us pay. They have made us pay big time. So, so then after that, there was some substitutions for Inter Miami. It keeps freaking doing that. So, Farias comes on for Joseph Martinez in the 71st minute. Then in the 74th minute, Ramiro in quick, I can't do it. Ivan Angelo, who missed earlier, was subbed off for Orlando City. That's their first substitution in the 74th minute. Then in the 77th minute, Michael Holiday comes in for Degardan and Thornhallison. So that is the situation. Then pretty much a shift, not shifts, but chances, and again, chances there and there. Orlando City almost scored a game winner. Miami nearly scored a game winner as well. Cabana almost got one in, and Robbie Robinson tried to get something in. Robert Taylor, before he was subbed off, was almost getting the goal, and obviously that did not happen. Now Sailor nearly got one in, and Farias is a playmaking type in this game. So then Dixon Arroyo gets a yellow card. Like I said, Robbie Robinson comes on for Robert Taylor. Two substitutions for Orlando, Junior Urso and Gacian Gonzalez. Yellow card issue for Robin Jansen. Substitution for Kermashi for Ulua. Now, 4 minutes of stoppage time at this point. We gotta give credit to Drake Callender. As much as that hiccup happened, he has been really, really good, especially against this powerhouse Orlando City. He prevented a comeback, but we also did not do ourselves any favor. Gillespie made some great saves as well, and Gillespie made 4 saves. Drake Callender made 5 saves. 6 shots on goals, 5 of them were saves. 1 was put through the back of the net, as well as 5 shots on goal for Inter Miami. 1 of them was back in the net with David Ruiz. It ends up being a draw, 1-1. Now, as much as some reporters saying that this is a big loss because of the fact that it's a little bit harder to get up into the playoff spot, to me this feels like a big win. Not huge win, of course. Obviously, a huge win would have been beneficial with getting 3 points. This feels like a big point because although we did not win, we did not get destroyed, we did not lose either. So pretty big point in this game against Orlando City in Orlando, Florida. And obviously, as the stat goes, we still have yet to even win a freaking game in Orlando, Florida. It's so difficult. It's just so difficult. But anyway, team stats, match stats, like I said, 6 shots on goal, 1 of them was made. 5 shots on goal, 1 of them was made for Inter Miami. 13 shot attempts for Orlando City, 9 shot attempts for Inter Miami. 2 yellow cards for Orlando, 5 yellow cards for Inter Miami. 0 corner kicks for Orlando, and 7 corners for Inter. And then, of course, the saves, like I said. So, overall, 25,000 has come in, sold out. And I will say this, a little disappointed that we didn't win, but we still got a point, which is big, of course, especially against this team, even without the big players like Messi, Alba, Busquets. They're getting the rest in, and during this playoff push, we're still in the okay spot. Now, with that being said, will Messi play on Wednesday? I hope so. What about Alba? Will Alba play in this game? I don't know. Busquets for sure is going to play this game on Wednesday. As we are now in a championship mindset this week. In fact, the whole week of Miami sports, South Florida sports, is huge. We got Buffalo Bills coming up for the Dolphins. Miami Marlins still making a playoff push. Inter Miami still making the playoff push. And to add on with the playoff push, it's Wednesday. Huge day for Miami sports as Inter Miami is looking to get the second trophy within a month and a half span from the League's Cup final. Can they do it this Wednesday? We're about to do, definitely going to make a preview on this Tuesday, which is, by this time of the video, which would have been Monday, is tomorrow. So we'll talk more about that in the preview, and we look forward to it. And by this time of recording, we hope that Messi is good enough to play in the U.S. Open Cup final, as well as Jordi Alba, because Busquets is in. And let's see what happens. But anyway, there you go. Big points for Inter Miami. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have enjoyed this video, and not the game, or the game, whatever, hit the like button, subscribe for more content, because Miami 2G has your back. And when he does, he'll be right there with you for the entertainment you deserve. Buckle up, big week. And with that, I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Audio.